Good morning. I'm sorry I can't be with you for this lesson. I had something important come up and it was scheduled from before we changed the timings. This is chapter 1, lesson 6. Let's start with a bit of revision. If you remember, we can compare two numbers by using greater than, less than, or equal. This is to find out if one number is greater than, smaller than, or equal to another number. So let's go over some of the stuff we did last year. Take these two numbers for example, 35,653, and on the other side we have 34,665. So what is the relationship between these two numbers? Is this one greater, equal, or less than the other? You can pause and try, do your answer, and then I'll show you the correct answer. So how we begin to compare a number is the first thing you need to do is make sure we have the same number of digits on both sides. Okay, check the places. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousand, 10,000. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousand, 10,000. You can only compare digits which are in the same place. You can't compare thousands to hundreds. You can't compare tenths to hundreds. Okay, so first make sure that you have the same number of places on both sides. Then you compare the first digit, the biggest place. 3 and 3, they're exactly the same, they're of no help to us. Move on to the next digit. I have a 5 here and I have a 4 here. Which one is greater, 5 or 4? 5. So therefore 35,653 is greater than 34,665. Okay, now if you remember, we studied equivalent decimals in our last lesson, and what I told you was that all of the zeros at the end of a decimal don't mean anything, okay? They don't matter. So if you have two decimals and you see zeros at the end of them, what I want you to do is eliminate or, cross off all of the zeros at the end, okay? Now see what you're left with. Now compare the numbers. I have 0 and 0, not helping me, move on. 8 and 8, also the same. So what does this mean? It means these two decimals are equal, okay? So in today's lesson, we're going to be taking this concept and moving further to larger numbers. We're on chapter 1, lesson 6, compare and order numbers. This is page number 40 in your school book. Okay, our objectives are to compare and order large numbers and also to compare and order decimals. Okay, let's start with numbers first, whole numbers. So we have to compare these. We have to decide less than, greater, or equal. Okay. Now, what did I tell you? The first thing you have to do is check how many digits each of them has. Okay, so check the digits first. Alright, so you can either go through the places, ones, tens, hundreds, thousand, 10,000, 100,000, million, 10 million, 100 million. Okay, this is up to the 100 million place, or there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 digits. Let's check this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 digits. So we have the same number of digits, okay? So let's start comparing. I have a 3 here and a 3 here. Not helping me. Move to the next. 2 and 2. Not helping. Move to the next. 5 and 4. Okay, these are different. Which is greater? 5 is greater. Okay? So 325 million, etc. is larger than, greater than 324 million, etc. Okay. Now let's check these two numbers. Again, first thing you do, count the digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this has 9 digits, this is 8 digits. So I need to make them have an equal number of digits before I can begin to compare. Okay, so what I will do is I will add a 0 to the beginning of this number. Now just like zeros at the ends of decimals don't matter, zeros at the beginning of whole numbers don't matter. They don't have any value. They don't change the number. Okay, just like 0, 1 is exactly the same as 1. Okay, now let's begin comparing. So we'll compare with the first place. I have a 0 here and I have a 1 here. So which is greater? The 1 is greater. 0 is less than 1. Okay, so that's all comparison is. Make sure that they have both numbers at the same number of digits and add zeros when you need to. Okay, now order. Order works in exactly the same way. You just have to pay attention to the question. Is it asking you to arrange them from greatest to least or from least to greatest? So this question is asking us to arrange the numbers from greatest to least. Okay, so you can pause and give it a try. Remember to check the digits, okay? Each number should have the same number of digits. If they're less, you add zeros to make them equal, okay? To make them have the same number of digits. Let's see now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so the largest one has 7 digits. So I'm going to add a 0 here, so this has 7 digits too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll add a 0. Okay, now let's begin comparing. First, I need to find the greatest number. So I have a 0, I have a 4, and I have a 0. So obviously 4 is the largest. This is the largest number. 4,247,427. That is number 1. Okay, number 2. So I have a 3 here and a 9 here. Which is larger? 9. So your second number is 936,247. Okay, that's the second number, which leaves us with this as the smallest, 326,743. Least to greatest. You can pause and give it a try. And also I'll solve it for you. So let's count the digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I will add a 0 to make it 9. I need to find the smallest. I have 7, I have 3, and I have 0. So which is the smallest? 0. So 23,472,967 is the least. It is the smallest number. Okay, what's next? I have a 7 and I have a 3. Okay, so this one is smaller. So my middle number is 352,630,075, which leaves me with 736,853,248 as my smallest, greatest, as the greatest number here. Okay. Now we come to comparing decimals. Now, comparing decimals works in exactly the same way. Number 1, count the digits. Number 2, compare from the left. Compare whole number first, okay? Compare whole numbers first. Okay, let's look over here. Over here, I've got one digit. I've got one digit before the decimal, one digit before the decimal. Good enough. I have 2 digits after the decimal. I've only got 1 digit after the decimal, so I'll add another one here. Okay? Now I can begin comparing. So we're going to compare the whole numbers first. There's a 1 here and a 3 here. 3 is greater. Okay, so 1.33 is less than 3.40. Let's come here. I have 1 digit in the whole number section and 1 digit in the whole number section. It's the same. I don't need to do anything. Let's check the decimal part. I have 2 digits here. I've only got 1 here, so I'll add another 0. So I have 2 digits on both sides. Now let's begin comparing. 0 and 0. The whole number is not helping me. Compare the first digit of the decimals. 9 and 9. Not helping me. Compare the second digit of the decimals. I have a 9 here and I have a 0 here. 9 is greater than 0. Okay, let's come here. 1 digit in the whole number, 1 digit in the whole number. Fine. 2 digits in the whole number, in the decimal part, 2 digits in the decimal. Fine. Perfect. I can begin comparing directly. 1 and 1, exactly the same, not helping. Move on. I have 0 and I have 3. 3 is greater than 0. Okay? 4.8, 4.80. Well, this, without even counting the digits, you should be able to, if you remember equivalent decimals, you should be able to figure this out. But let's see. Anyway, 1 digit in the whole number section, fine. 1 digit in the decimal section, 2 digits in the decimal section. Add a 0 to make them the same. Let's begin comparing. 4 and 4 is the same. 8 and 8 is the same. 0 and 0 are the same. So these two decimals are equal. So again, make sure that both numbers have the same number of digits. Add zeros when needed. Now let's order these decimals, okay? First question is greatest to least. The first thing I'm going to do, count the digits. 1 in the whole number section, 1 in the whole number section, 1 in the whole number section. Fine, I don't need to change the whole numbers. 2 in the decimal section, 2 in the decimal section, just 1 in the decimal section. Add a 0. Now let's begin comparing. I need the greatest one first. 1, 1, 1. The whole number is not helping me. Move on. I have a 6 here, a 7, and a 6. Which is greater? The 7 is the greatest. So 1.74 is my first number. Okay? Let's move on. Now I need the second number. I have a 6 and I have a 6. They're the same, not helping. Move on. 4 and a 0. Which one is greater? 4 is greater. So my second number is 1.64 and my last number is 1.60. That's arranged greatest to least. Okay? Now we have least to greatest. Alright, so what do we do first? We count the digits. 2 digits in the whole number section. 1 digit in the whole number, 1 digit in the whole number. Add a 0 to make it the same. So now I have 2 digits in the whole number section. Check the decimal section. 1 digit, 2 digits, 1 digit. Add more zeros. So it's all the same. Okay, so this became 27.80. This became 02.67. This became 02.70. Now let's begin comparing. We'll start with the whole numbers. We're going from least to greatest, okay? We have to find the smallest number first. I have a 2, I have a 0, and I have a 0. Okay, so 2 is the greatest. I can put that at the end right away. 27.8. I need to find the first and the second number right now. 0 and 0 is not helping me. Move on to the next digit. 2 and 2 also not helping me. Move on. 6 and 7. Okay, so 6 is smaller, which makes 2.67 the smallest number, or the least, and then 2.7, and our greatest is 27.8. Okay, so that is the whole lesson. I would like you to go to page 40 and 41 and answer these questions. 6 and 7 on page 40, 9, 10, 12 to 20 on page 41. Pause and copy them down or circle them. Solve them, and now I'll show you the answers. Okay, so pause and then I'll show you the answers. Okay, here we go. Question 6, check the digits first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 3, 4, 4, 1, 1, 0, 0, 9, 9. Okay, here's the difference. This is 9, this is 8. So, greater. Check the digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Add a 0. Okay, compare the first digit. I have a 6 here and a 0 here. So this is greater. Question 9 is from least to greatest. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll add 3 zeros, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now let's begin comparing. So the smallest number is obviously the one with all the zeros in the beginning. So this is 1, 9, 7, 6, 0, 8, 1, 6. Okay, done with this number. Then the one beginning with a 0 is this one. 9, 8, 9, 5, 0, 7, 5, 5, 5. This is 2. Okay, now let's compare these. 9 and 9, not helping. 2, 3, 8 is the same. Okay, now I have a 9 here and a 4 here. Okay, so this is smaller. 9, 2, 3, 8, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 8. And then the greatest number is 9, 2, 3, 8, 9, 4, 0, 0, 6, 7. Okay, this is least to greatest. Now they want it in order from greatest to least. Again, count the digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3, 6, 8, 9, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9. Okay, so 1, 0, 1, 1. Okay, so the 0 is obviously the least. Okay, so this is number 4. Now let's check 6, 5, and 6. 5 is going to come in number 3. 2 and 2 is the same. 5 and 4. So this is the greatest. It's number 2. 7 and 7, 0 and 8. 10.8, these are equal. 3.9 is less. 9.34 is greater. 4.5, 1 is greater. Okay, so here you have 0.99 and you don't have any decimals here, so you put 1.00. Then compare the whole numbers. I have a 1 here, I have a 0 here. Okay, least to greatest and greatest to least. Okay, so first let's do least to greatest. I'm going to put the digits for least to greatest up here and the numbers for greatest to least down here. So 1613111, 620, 666 doesn't help me. 1, 3, and 6. So this is the least. Okay. 3 digits, 3 digits, 3 digits, 3 digits, 3 doesn't help me. 888 doesn't help me. 1, 7, and 5. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 0, 0, 0, 0, 5, 5, 5. So 1, 2, 3. This is least to greatest. And then greatest to least is just the reverse. 3 becomes 1, 2 stays as 2. 3 becomes 1, 2 stays as 2. There you go, those are your answers. Okay?